Hi, welcome to Wild Bills. Today we're going to be showing you how
We go from this
to this. Tobacco requires a delicate balance of factors to get the best producing result. Sunlight, soil, water, and the season all play major roles in the growth and production of tobacco.
Most tobacco requires 8 hours of sunlight a day to grow, but different types will require different amounts of light to grow. And the sunlight can actually make or break your tobacco's growth cycle.
Soil is another key factor in tobacco's growth. It's grown in different countries with different soil makeups to produce different flavors and aromas. The main nutrients required in soil are nitrogen, potassium, and magnesium. These nutrients affect how the cigar will burn and the level of nicotine in each cigar.
Nitrogen in the soil will affect the level of nicotine in the tobacco. The potassium is going to affect how the cigar burns, and the magnesium will affect how the cigar ashes.
The best place to grow and farm tobacco is in a valley because of the natural nutrients being deposited by erosion. It is also beneficial for irrigation, helps with sunlight manipulation, which we all know is crucial to its growth.
Tobacco farming starts in August. Farmers will prepare the valley for the new growing season. Then mid-September they begin planting seeds. Near the end of the month the pruning process begins. This process, the desahar, is where the smaller and underdeveloped leaves are removed to make sure that the plant isn't beginning to spread thin. Finally, in the months of October and November, they can transplant the tobacco plants into their respective growing fields.
Once the tobacco's been transplanted and begins producing leaves, a method called priming is used, where 2 to 3 leaves from the bottom of the plant are removed. This is so that the plant can focus its energy toward top growth, which contributes to richer tobacco.
Once the tobacco is ready to be picked, farmers will use a method called stalk cutting, which is exactly what it sounds like. They're going to cut the plant down at the base of the stalk closest to the soil and then hang it to dry so that the stalk itself can still continue to feed the leaves while the leaves dry.
Now that we've covered the growth of the tobacco, we'll get into the process of how cigars are rolled. The first step after harvesting is curing. There are multiple ways to cure tobacco and each provides a different taste and aroma.
The first method we're going to cover is air curing. This is the most natural curing process, where the leaves are evenly spaced and hung to dry. This removes the natural moisture and chlorophyll from them.
The next curing process is fire curing. Leaves are hung in barns with fires burning underneath for 3 to 4 weeks. This provides a smoky taste and aroma. Another process is sun curing. Tobacco is exposed to direct sunlight for 1 to 2 weeks. This allows the leaves to grow brighter, the sugar content to become higher, and the nicotine levels to lower. Most sun-cured tobacco is primarily used as pipe tobacco.
The last process is called flue curing. When the tobacco is exposed to high heat for 5 to 7 days, this will cause the leaves to become a bright yellow and orange-brown color. It also causes the leaves to have the highest sugar content. This tobacco is most commonly used in pipes and cigarettes.
All right, next is fermentation. Tobacco leaves are bundled together and pressed, where they compress under their own weight. This is the most natural fermenting process and helps purify the leaves.
Tobacco can go through multiple steps of the fermentation process. The first fermentation takes 30 days to 6 weeks, and the temperature is kept around 85 to 90 degrees. The second fermentation can take 6 to 8 weeks and is when the leaves are rehumidified, sprayed, flipped, and left to ferment some more. All of the major ammonia is now out of the leaves. The third fermentation, and the añejamiento, begins where all leaves are separated and bundled.
After the fermentation process, añejamiento or aging begins. This halts the fermentation process. Bundles are wrapped in terracose, then labeled with specific information, including plant and leaf variety, leaf cut, originating farmland, year and month of harvest, and the specifics of fermentation.
The next stage in this is the unpacking. The leaves are unpacked from the bundles, sorted for quality, type, and size. The leaves are then rehumidified, leading to the stemming process where the stems are completely removed from the leaves that will eventually become the wrapper. This was once done by hand and is now done by hand-assisted machines.
All right, and next we've got bunching, where the cigar roller combines fillers, which come in 3 to 5 varieties, and covers them in a binding leaf.
There are many different methods of bunching. Some examples include entubado, book, Lieberman, and accordion. Once the cigar is rolled, it is placed in molds that will commit each cigar to its respective shape. Hand wrapping the cigars is the most technically challenging portion of the construction, as it involves thousands of micro movements in the hand, with each finger twisting and spreading the tobacco as it goes.
After the cigar is fully rolled, it's sent through final quality control. And once they make the cut, they're sorted by wrapper color and shade. They're then packed with care to maintain humidity and integrity. They are given bands, which a lot of people consider the face of the cigar. The bands are secured on by vegetable gum to keep them from moving and to avoid disturbing the taste of the cigar.
The next and final step in the manufacturing process is the boxing, where the finishing touches are added, like the ribbons, the cedar, the humidity packs, the parchment paper, and then comes the sealing and stamping, where the boxes are secured with labels, stickers, cellophane wrappers are often placed around these boxes to maintain the freshness and humidity of the cigar during their distribution.
This is the entire process of cigar manufacturing, from plant to the boxes we sell here at Wild Bill's.